Hey guys, welcome back. Bolt Spider here, and today we have a video for how to deck build, and today we're going to be spinning the wheel to see what we can get. I hope we get something nice, but we'll see what we will spin, and it is Orcust. This is very interesting because it's been a bit since I've played the deck, but Orcust overall, you kind of need 2-1, triple nightmare, triple greasu, double symbol, 1 brass, double ding, double Galatea, the option of long greasu. You could do double return, the 1 babble, and 1 crescendo. And that's pretty much the core of the deck. Now we have to fill in the rest. So there's many different versions of Orcust that I've played throughout the years, and one of them that really just popped out the most is the scrap engine. So you have things like Scrap Raptor, your Scrap Chimera, which is all nice because this is a free level 8, and you also have the options of going other routes. Then you also have things like the Scrap Wyvern, Scrap Yard, and I guess we're just going to run the 1 Scrap Factory for now. So that's another supplementary engine in this, and let's get into other things. So Lib the World Key Blade Master is a staple, along with things like IP Masquerena and Underworld Goddess of the Closed Forest. So we already have a good chunk of pieces here, which is nice. Now, you can also do things like Destiny Hero, Destroy Phoenix Enforcer, because I can now use this since it's TCG legal, as I don't really like using OCG cards in this series sometimes, unless if I have to. So, Destroy Phoenix Enforcer is amazing because you could activate it whenever, and you have your Celestial and Dasher, which Dasher can help if you draw into one of your bricks, or you could just summon out Greasu for free. Celestial's good for a draw too, and it's really useful, and in all honesty, I think we're just going to put the Scrap Yards in the side deck for now. Other things you can run in here are things like Dark Greph or Armageddon Knight, but you really have your Scrap Recycler for that, and the 2 cards aren't really that good anymore, which is sad, but true. Now, what else is there that we could do? So, there's just a lot of filler that we have to do for the deck, and there's really not much I could think of because I've played this deck way too much, and there's too much that there is. Some things that we have are the Nightmares, which is Unicorn and Phoenix, and also cannot forget your Appaloosa access code. And yeah, so we have 2 more spots in there and 11 main deck spaces, which is very, very interesting. So with this, I would have to say there's just too many things to think of. As you could play a small rocket engine with Rocket Tracer, along with the Rocket Caliber to summon out stuff from the hand, which is actually quite nice. And I say that a lot. Now, for Orcust, you have... Also, you can run the double golem if you want, but that's really optional, and Scrap Factory too. Now, we have World Legacy, Succession, that's a staple in the deck. You can also run things like Fossil Dig if you want, but Scrapyard is pretty much the exact same. And other things we could do, we could go into 1 Instant Fusion, but I don't feel like Instant Fusion is going to be that impactful. So we're going to put Ash, Imperm, and probably a 3rd, and a cross out with something like Effect Veiler. Because Orcust really has a hard time struggling against these 3 hand traps in specific, along with the help of Crossout, which is quite nice. And we have Call by the Grave. So what can we cut for the Call by the Grave? Quite easy, actually. You can, in all honesty, you kind of need 3 Grisu, doubles the skeleton, that. Let's just put the factory to the side deck, and let's see how this is. So we actually open up full combo, which is what I like to see. We can normal summon out the Scrap Raptor, use its effect to pop itself, and this gives us a search of a scrap card, which is going to grab us a Recycler. We can either go into Chimera or Recycler, and I realized that the extra deck is not complete. So another thing we can put in here, Chaos Dragon Levianeer. No, not Chaos Dragon. Chaos Ruler. We have to be very, very careful on activating this, because if we hit a Dasher or Celestial, we must add it to our hand so we don't lose our Destroy Phoenix. And final card, Link Kuriboh. So there we go. Other things you can run in the extra deck are the top logics, like Bomber Dragon, Zeroboros, Borocode, well, Trisbinia in all honesty. But let's do a test hand to see what we got. So we open up a Celestial. That's not really that fun, but we can still do things with the 1 Scrap Raptor by normal summoning and activating the effect, triggering the effect, and then we get to search out something like a Scrap Chimera so we can summon back the Raptor, or I can go into Recycler so I can do a different play. And I completely forgot one card that's very important to this combo is Rosenix. Crystron Rosenix is a very crucial piece of the combo, and I think we could get away with 2 Effect Veiler. So let's try this one more time, and we drew into the Rosenix, so this is going to be awkward to do. So we can summon the Recycler, send our little Brash Bombard, use its effects, so we'll get instantly locked into darks to summon out the Orcust Nightmare. So we can have to go into the Galatea. We're going to use the effect of Orcust Nightmare targeting the Galatea to send a wand. So wand's going to trigger now, summoning out the other wand from our hand, and this wand is going to activate its effect to summon out our little nightmare friend here. Then we can go up into our Dingrisu or into an IP Masquerena, but I feel like going up into IP Masquerena first is going to be a better shot. Then we could just shuffle back the Galatea, putting back our Brass Bombard for later, setting a Orcust Babble for the turn. So we can activate it, then summon out our lovely friend Dingrisu, equipping the World Wand as a material. So we have a double interruption board, single interruption board actually. No, double. Yeah, double. Now let's see what else we can do. This hand is just Fusion Destiny Pass. This hand is Brick. That's the one problem about this deck. And we open up a Grisu the Orcust Knight with a Scrap Chimera. It's not really that good. This hand is also not that good, but you could do a little play with Scrap Recycler. So you can normal summon the Recycler, activate its effect. So we could send a Wand. And Wand's going to trigger, summoning itself out. And since we have World Legacy in our graveyard, we can summon out Lib. We can activate the effect of Lib, setting World Legacy Succession, then activating its effect to summon out a Scrap Recycler. So afterwards, we can use the Scrap Recycler effect to send something like an Orcust Nightmare. Then we want to keep this on the field to activate the Nightmare, targeting our friend to summon out the, or send the symbols, summoning out Orcust Nightmare. Then after that, we can go up into the lovely Galatea, use her effect to shuffle back the wand, and we get to set a Crescendo, which is very good. Activating the effect of Babble, using effective symbol skeleton, summoning out the Nightmare. Then we get to go up into the Dingrisu, use its effect to attach the symbol skeleton. Then we get to go up into the little friend of IP Masquerena, activating Fusion Destiny to summon out Destroy Phoenix Enforcer, getting the 2 bricks out of deck, and we have a very good board, because next turn we could just IP and Lib to go into a Unicorn, then chain 1 Unicorn, chain 2 Lib, get to spin back to 1 interruption along with a symbol skeleton for either Ding or a Galatea. So take this build with a grain of salt. The deck can brick, but that's the one reason why Orcust isn't doing so well, since they don't have things like Harp Horror anymore. So they don't really have that issue. But if you guys did enjoy today's video, hit that like button down below, and see you guys in the next video.